Hey yo, what's going on guys? This is Mike Reed here. Welcome back to another toy review by yours truly. And today we have yet another Lego review. And this one's going to be a little bit interesting, as this isn't something I would typically cover on the channel, but because these were a surprise present from my parents, shout out to them real quick here, we're going to go ahead and review these anyway. So today we are taking a look at the Lego Technic Monster Jam DIGatron pullback. But that's not all. We are also taking a look at the Monster Jam ThunderROARus pullback as well. So 2-for-1 review. So let's just jump right in. And I think we're going to start with the DIGatron here. So first and foremost, before I continue with this review, I will say here right now, I am not a big fan of Monster Jam. I know, crazy. You'd think with all the cars that I would have, you'd think I would be a big fan of monster trucks, but no, not really. Because, I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of monster trucks, let alone the Monster Jam craze, so. But I check on it now and then just to see what they have, and I mean, it is kind of fun, and they do have some interesting designs and everything. But it's just, I don't know, I've never really been a big fan of Monster Jam. But I guess here I am now, taking a look at some Monster Jam stuff. So, taking a look here at the DIGatron here. Of course, we do have the Lego Technic logo right here. And of course, this is set 42199, Monster Jam DIGatron pullback, yes. 218 pieces as well. And of course in the middle we do get a very nice render of the DIGatron doing some awesome stunts and everything in the Monster Jam Stadium there. Of course we have the DIGatron text right there, which is pretty awesome. And of course you also get the Monster Jam logo up here, as this is officially licensed by Monster Jam, of course. And taking a look at this side, we do get a little look at the pullback gimmick in this set. And of course on the back, we do get another look at the DIGatron from the back. And we do get some very nice little tech specs right here, which yes, we will go into that more here in a bit, because there is quite a bit to talk about with this thing, surprisingly. And of course on the side, we do get some more tech specs right here. And we do get the sort of Monster Jam, DIGatron, and Lego Technic logos once again. And on the top, we get a sort of a frontal look at the DIGatron itself. And we do get a 1-to-1 scale image of the wheels included with the vehicle itself. And on the bottom, we get the Lego Technic logo and a whole bunch of legal jargon. So with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look now at the Monster Jam DIGatron. And of course, this thing does not want to send my turntable. And there is the Monster Jam DIGatron right there. And I mean, like I said, this thing does look pretty good. Even though, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of monster trucks, I will admit this thing does look pretty solid. Of course, you do get a nice mixture of orange and black, and you do get a little hint of red on the front, and that's just for the pins holding the front bumper together. But still, very, very solid set for what it is. And I mean, and it went together about how you would expect for a set of this nature. So, pretty nice looking vehicle, just on its own. So, taking a look at it from the front here now. Of course, if I can actually get this thing situated, there we go. You can see we do get a very nice sort of frontal look at the DIGatron itself. Of course, got this big, almost like a claw at the front, with of course the JCB logo in there. And yes, there's actually quite a few stickers on this set, which is rather interesting. I thought they were going to be prints, but nope, there are stickers here. And of course, you do get this little sticker up here for the top of the front of the car here. And then as we spin around to the side here, if this thing would like to stand on my turntable, there we go. You can see we do get some more very nice detail. Of course, we have some fake suspension systems right there and there. They don't actually work, sadly, but they're just little details of where the suspension would be on the actual truck. And of course, on the side here, we do get the JCB Monster Jam logo right there. And we do get some very nice shaping and whatnot for the chassis of the truck here. And of course on the back you do also get this little digger shovel back here, this sort of backhoe loader shovel back here, with the JCB logo on there as well. And as you spin around to the back, well, there's not really much going on back here, so let's move on to the other side now. And on the other side, it's basically about the same, but just mirrored. And on the top of the truck, we do get the DIGatron logo, and we do get the MonsterJam logo as well. So, of course, as I said before, this set is in fact a pullback base set. So how it works is you just simply push it back, and off it goes. Now, of course, it does actually go back quite a bit on the wheels there. And as you can see, it does work very smoothly right there. And of course, you can also move the little shovel on the back here, even though I don't think it's intended to be moved, but you can position it in different positions if you want to. And yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote for the DIGatron itself. So let's go ahead now and get into my favorite segment, the lore segment. And let's see what's going on under the hood of the DIGatron monster truck itself. So, alright, so the JCB DIGatron, or just simply called the DIGatron, is a custom JCB backhoe loader monster truck owned by Feld Motorsports and sponsored by JCB. It made its debut in 2024 with its former Earthshaker driver Tristan England behind the wheel on Stadium Championship Series East. And of course, going into the overview of the truck itself, the body style is a custom JCB backhoe loader body with a CRD Gen 3 chassis and a 540 CI Merlin engine, Cohen 2-speed transmission, and 66-inch 4th generation BKT tires on the truck itself. Now, in terms of the history of this monster truck, on November 13th of 2023, it was revealed that MonsterJam and JCB have teamed up to create a new truck for the 2024 season, with Tristan England driving the truck on Stadium Championship Series East. In 2024, JCB DIGatron debuted on January 13th in San Antonio, Texas. The truck would make it to the finals in Show 1, but would lose to Tyler Meninga in Gravedigger and would finish second in the standings in both shows to him. The truck would catch its first overall event championship in the second St. Louis show, breaking Tyler's streak of winning them. Tristan would finish second in the final standings. The truck also made its World Finals appearance. Tristan almost won racing again, however lost to Zach Garner in Wildside. In Austin, Texas, Tristan competed against his former ride for the first time. In July of this year, or that year, rather, the truck made its first competition appearance outside of the United States in London, England, which is the home country for JCB, where Tristan would win racing and the skills challenge. The truck would also compete in the Savannah shows, which is also fittingly the North American home for JCB. The truck would win 3 of the 5 overall event wins. The truck also made its first video game appearance in the MonsterJam Showdown in the form of a free DLC released on October 10th, along with an ice variant. Now, for 2025, Tristan England along with the truck are slated to compete on the West Stadium Tour. A second truck will debut on the International Series with Brandon Arthur driving. Matt Cody will also drive the truck in Melbourne, Australia only. And now for some fun facts on this truck. So this truck marks the first full-time truck that Tristan has driven besides Earthshaker since 2021, when he drove Megalodon for the 2021 season. This also marks the second construction-themed truck that Tristan drives, the first being Earthshaker, modeled after a dump truck, and the fourth construction-themed truck overall, the first being Dirt Crew, Earthshaker, and Dozer. JCB DIGatron is also one of the first 2 trucks to be driven by a driver who had previously competed in arena shows driving a different truck. The first being Bakugan Dragonoid. Camden Murphy has previously driven Pirate's Curse in arenas before Dragonoid. The truck was designed in conjunction with JCB's engineering team and inspired by their iconic construction equipment. Matt Pryor from the Autocar YouTube channel went to MJU and learned how to drive the truck as well. So with that basically wraps it up for this little review on the MRGang DIGatron. So let's go ahead and move on now to the second MRGang truck here, the ThunderROARus. So see you guys in just a second. Alright, and we are back. And of course we do have the ThunderROARus right here. So taking a quick look at its box, of course it's about the same as the DIGatron's box, except of course we do have the set number 42200 MRGang ThunderROARus pullback. Of course it does have 232 pieces. And we do get a very nice render of the ThunderROARus doing some stunts within the MRGang Stadium. And of course you do get the ThunderROARus logo as well as the MRGang logo, because of course it is officially licensed by MRGang, as you would expect. And of course on this side we do get a little teaser of the pullback feature of the set. And on the back we do get a very nice view of the ThunderROARus, along with a render of the real-life ThunderROARus. And we do get some nice tech specs for the real-life truck as well, which of course we will be getting into more in just a bit here. And of course on this side we do get the LEGO Technic logo alongside the MRGang and ThunderROARus logos again. And on the top here we do get, of course, some more tech specs in multiple languages. Of course get the MRGang and ThunderROARus logos once again. And we do get a nice side profile view of the ThunderROARus alongside a 1:1 scale image of the wheels that are included with the ThunderROARus as well. And of course on the bottom we do get the LEGO Technic logo again and a whole bunch of legal jargon. So, with the box out of the way, let's now go ahead and take a look at the MRGang ThunderROARus. And here it is, and it does again look really, really good. So for the body here, and it doesn't want to sit today, there we go. You can see the chassis is about the same as the DIGatron, except for the obvious difference that it's more, I guess, dinosaur shaped, which I think works quite well for the truck itself. Of course, you do get some very nice teeth on the front as well, and a whole bunch of sticker detail on this truck as well. But all in all, for the second MRGang pullback in my collection, I think this guy isn't too bad. Alongside, of course, his partner, DIGatron, there. So, taking a look at the truck from the front here, you can see we do get, once again, some very nice sticker details on the sort of nose of the truck there. And, of course, you do get a whole bunch of teeth on the front there, which, yes, are their own individual pieces that I had to assemble. That was not fun. But I think for the final look, I think it was well worth it. And then, of course, on the side here, we get some very nice sticker detail once again. Do get some more of that sort of teeth detail. Of course, you get these little T-Rex arms on the side, which do move a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Of course, we get some exhausts coming off the side here. Do get some more sticker detail. And, of course, we get the ThunderROARus logo on the back of the truck here as well. Of course, on the back, there's absolutely nothing going on. Of course, outside of the fake suspension systems right there. And of course, on this side, we do get pretty much the same stickers as on the other side, just mirrored. And of course, just like the DIGatron, it is in fact a pullback. So to activate that, you just simply pull the truck back a few times and watch it go. So, pretty fun little set for what it is. So let's now go ahead and move on to the lore and fun facts of the MRGang ThunderROARus itself. Which, again, just like the DIGatron, it does have quite a bit of information on it, which I was pleasantly surprised. But still. So, the ThunderROARus is a custom 3D dinosaur monster truck that is owned by Feld Motorsports and is driven by Colt Stevens and Tony Ox, making its debut in 2023. The truck famously features a unique fictional backstory, with a story being told by Monster Jam that the truck was created by former technicians that went rogue since its debut. ThunderROARus has become very successful with Monster Jam's major promotions of the truck and winning the World Freestyle Championship in its debut season, quickly becoming a staple name in the league. Now, of course, for an overview of the truck itself, the body is a custom 3D mechanical dinosaur concept body, and it is installed onto a CRD Generation 3 chassis with a 541 CI Merlin engine, with a Cohen 2-speed transmission, and with 66-inch 4th generation BKT tires. So, not too bad for this little truck. And now for some history of the truck itself. So, in 2023, the ThunderROARus made its debut on January 7th, with Colt Stevens driving the truck on Stadium Series Blue and Tony Ox driving a second truck on the Arena Series Central. Colt would eventually finish 9th in his point series, and Tony would finish 4th on his series. Colt will also be invited to compete at Monster Jam World Finals XXII, making his first World Finals appearance since 2017, when he would famously win the Freestyle Championship. Colton Eichelberger would also make his Monster Jam return and drive the truck on the Monster Jam stunt truck chassis at said event, where he would successfully jump over 9 trucks in an opening ceremony for the main field competitions as an advertisement for the 2023 Spin Master ThunderROARus drop playset. Holy crap! 7 whole trucks? That is impressive. Especially for a monster truck. Good grief. In Dayton, Ohio, Colt was the first to do a backflip since it was the first year the mini flip was used. Colt Stevens drove the truck in a Superstar Challenge on Team Neon in Anaheim on November 11th of this year. Or that year. The truck also attempted a forward momentum backflip to open the show, with Tom Meents driving on the stunt truck chassis. He would fail the stunt and landed on the Monster Jam stunt truck, crushing the chassis. Oh, that sucks. In 2024, Colt competed on Stadium Series West, while Tony ran on Arena Series West. The truck made its video game debut in Monster Jam's newest game since 2021, Monster Jam Showdown. Shelby Fisher, Colt's crew chief, made an appearance on Inside Monster Jam. Tony would finish 3rd on Arena Series West. Colt finished 5th on Stadium Series West. Tony was invited to compete in the last chance qualifying event at the World Finals with a brand new inverted paint scheme. Colt Stevens would win his second World Championship in ThunderROARus, this time with the high jump event. In Allentown, Pennsylvania, Tony swept the second show. This is only the second time he has done this in his career. In Pensacola, Florida, and at Show 1, he accidentally turned the truck off in the Skills Challenge, which resulted in the truck flipping over. Tony said in his winning interview that he was disappointed that he ruined a $20,000 body. I'm sorry, $20,000 just for the body? Good grief. In 2025, Colt would compete on the Eastern Stadium Tour, and Tony will compete on the East Arena Tour. The truck will have red LED lights to match the truck, just like the other Feld trucks. Tony suffered a hard crash during one of the freestyles in Greenville. The crash would damage the chassis. He is now using Ashley Sanford's old chassis. Colt Stevens would win skills in Show 1 in Houston, which is his hometown. Tim Hall Jr. would drive the truck in Freestyle Mania's summer shows. Alright, and let's go into some fun facts about the truck now. Jamie Dalsing would reveal that the truck was originally thought to be called ThunderROARus. However, it was eventually changed to adding the roar in the name to make the metallic dinosaur theme work better. The mouth of the ThunderROARus is designed to be able to open manually and close manually, with it being open for pit parties and closed for competition so the driver can see. The roar used in the background for teasers and promotional media is the same roar as the Indominus Rex from Jurassic World. The ThunderROARus was also one of 5 trucks to win a World Championship in its debut year, along with Goldenberg, Team Meents, Captain's Curse, and Northern Nightmare. So all in all, yeah, pretty solid little monster truck for what it is. So with that, guys, like I said, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this review on the MRGang DIGatron and ThunderROARus here. All in all, pretty solid sets for what they are. But aside from the pullback and, of course, the general look of the trucks, yeah, there's not really much to write home about with these guys. The builds for these trucks are pretty much the same, except for, of course, the minor cosmetic differences of the trucks themselves. But given the nature of these sets, I think these are pretty solid for what they are. And especially for MRGang fans, these sets are sure to be a smash hit with them, for sure. So with that, if you guys did enjoy this review, then please make sure to drop a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and ring that notification bell so that way you guys get notified for all my uploads. Later, Raid Squad, and have a good one.